There you go. From the world of the British and the Serpent Isle, a guardian got sick of it and vanished to us to a world that he already had conquered. Of course, he was going by the name of the Guardian and the Destroyer. The description of the Destroyer is something that matches the Guardian, but being the Guardian and the Destroyer is something that he would also do, and he plays with his worlds. But anyway, we got sent there, dragged out of the ocean onto the only island by the claims of other people on that island, and we learnt 5 different levels of 5 different types of spells. 4 actually, because Hydrus doesn't give out her power to no one unless they're, part of her original hierarchy, I suppose. She only gave the power to one person, and that person was down towards Divos and Mordia, although they didn't know it at the time. But after mastering all of the different spells, we didn't actually master the Vermigari spells, the spells from Mithridin. There was one spell we didn't get because it was extremely expensive. But after that, we got all the obelisks. We solved a lot of issues, I think. Forced the change of rulership and took the power of the Titans and stored them in the obelisk shapes. We then made our portal and escaped. Of course, we eventually made it back to Britannia after what looks like a very long walk, at times relative. And we find that Britannia has been completely conquered by the Guardian. What do you think so far? And a lot of people don't like this particular one. The story is crappy according to people, and a lot of it doesn't make a lot of sense. But when you realise that the game itself lacked a lot of finesse due to the development team being forced to cut things back and put the team out there before it was fully complete to their expectations, which is sad. But the series of games was picked up after Ultima 3 by Orion, originally we can call them, and that has suffered from development issues ever since. But that's only to be expected. I mean, not so much production company, Origin, Orion. They expect a certain amount of monetary gain within a certain period of time, so that's where the development versus cost outweigh the benefits of the game itself. It's a very big issue in the gaming community, as I'm sure many people know. A lot of games, particularly massively MMOs, massively online games, and MMO RPGs and whatnot, they all suffer from the same development issues. The production company that houses or that the development teams work for will usually require some monetary gain from the game at some point, and thus the limited time frames and the developments that often over-grandize the game, which is kind of a sad thing because all these games could be made a hell of a lot better. I'm sure of that. And that just goes for games in general. Like Skyrim suffered from the same thing, but not as obvious as in this game. This game probably suffered it the most. And as you can see, all the the Titans were accessed through the catacombs. I don't think that was the original plan. That seems like something they've just come up with because they have to have no choice but becoming necromancer. It just doesn't sit well. In order to do healing, you've got to become a necromancer. In order to do sorcery, you need to become a necromancer. Yeah. Or at least they don't at any point of the game about necromancers assisting people to reach other areas. So it's unfortunate, but that's one of the things that probably irked me the most. So we'll leave it there. We could have a look at the quotes and discuss things further, but I think that's enough of me gas bagging. I'm not exactly eloquent at the moment, but we'll exit this and move on to Ultima 9, and we'll see even more development cutbacks in there even. Of course, we'll learn more about what's been happening between Ultima 7 and Ultima 9. I mean, we're in Pagan for approximately 7 days in the game time. It could have been more, could have been less, but we know all these worlds have different time scales. So it could be 20 years, could be 200 years, it could be 2,000 years. You just don't know. But I can tell you, things are quite different. But we'll get back into that. We'll learn more of the history of Britannia when we go there. The shortened version of history. And we'll do what needs to be done. Adios, amigos.